Good morning, Mr. Pops. Did you sleep?
Good morning. Yes. You?
Horrible night.
Really?
A horrible night. So cold.
Oh, well, yeah, it was a bit chilly.
I was freezing.
Oh, was it?
You look so cute right now.
It's very froggy.
It's very froggy. It's a very frizzy hair day. Good morning, lovely people. Welcome to this. Check this view out. How cool is that? And the sun has just come out. When I woke up this morning at like 6:30 this morning, it was just thick fog. It was really beautiful, just a sea mist, and it's now just burnt off. So we are at the Armchair Adventure Festival, which is brand new. It's the first time they've ever run this in person. They did it last year in 2020 during lockdown, so it was like, that's why it's called the Armchair Adventure, I'm guessing. So this is their first in-person event, and Johnny is here too. He's got his van as well. So again, we're using his van as like the bedroom, and then we're using my van as like the lounge and the kitchen. And yes, I've got food cooking. You're not surprised, I know. So I just cooked up these veggies before, whoa, we're on a hill. So I just cooked up these veggies. I got some sweet potato, green beans and onion. I'm pretty sure I roasted them a couple of days ago. Can't remember, it's just leftovers. So I'm just heating them up for my breakfast. I've just done power yoga, you know, just going to drop that into the conversation. It was ruddy hard work, and I'm not going to be able to move tomorrow. I don't remember the last time I did yoga, and I've never done power yoga, so yeah, ouch. Another nice thing about this weekend is that yesterday was the day that we arrived. It was the Thursday, and it was actually Johnny's birthday, so it was really nice. We kind of stayed in the pub all evening. We met loads of cool people. I'm sure you can imagine the kind of people that go to an adventure festival are pretty damn interesting to talk to. We had so many cool stories last night. It was really good fun. Right, let's crack on. Jobs to do. Now, before I take you around the actual festival, here's a little overview of where it was held. This is Mount Edgecombe, which is 865 acres of parkland with a very impressive Tudor-style mansion. And this is on the southeast tip of Cornwall, overlooking the city of Plymouth in Devon. Now, Johnny didn't take his drone with him, so we borrowed this footage off one of my very good new friends, Ben, who you'll meet later in this video. I overheard that there were 500 tickets sold to this event, so it was really, really dinky, and it was so good because you really got to know the people around you. There were a ton of inspiring talks given about people's personal adventures, also the study of adventure, and also how to capture your travel either on film or by pen or whatever your favourite format is. There was also survival classes, self-defence classes, paddle boarding, there were trips around Plymouth Sound on a beautiful old wooden boat. There were some great food stalls and the best coffee place, which made me very, very happy. Oh, and there was a bar and a cocktail bar. They did good mojitos. Good morning. Excuse the sleepy face. I've only just got up. I've had an emergency call from my neighbour because her battery has run out on her van, so she can't boil a kettle. So I got up. Even though it's 8:30, I was having a lovely lie-in, it seems, which is nice. So it's Saturday morning. I guess this is like the one really big day of this event. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of day visitors coming in today. And the show closes down tomorrow. I think it's only like half a day for exhibitors and talkers and stuff. So yeah, I reckon this is the biggie. Yesterday, I ended up bailing really early, like in the afternoon early. I had a little power nap in the afternoon because I'd had such a bad night's sleep the night before. And when I go to sleep during the day, I never get my energy back up to go and be human and social and stuff. So I ended up just hanging out in Johnny's van in bed mode. And I just watched YouTube and Netflix, and I watched on BBC iPlayer, I watched Vigil. Wow, I watched the first part of that last night. That was really good. Submarine drama. Very interesting. And the first talk I want to see, I got a feeling it starts at 10:30, and that is adventure photography. Part 1 is today and part 2 is tomorrow, so very much looking forward to those. Right, let's get the coffee made and then we can get on with the day. So what's that pork loin?
Yeah, shoulder.
Very nice. And just in case anyone was wondering, these guys do the best jerky. You're welcome. Johnny disappeared during one of the talks. I had no clue where he'd gone. And later on, he showed me this upcoming footage. He'd gone off to find the people that owned this Unimog, and he just interviewed them. Take it away, Johnny.
I come from a motorbike travel background, but it was time to do something a bit different. So spent a couple of years trying to find something interesting to do bigger tours in, and we've ended up with this U1300L Unimog.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
It is awesome.
So yeah, work in progress, as every bog is, I think.
Yeah.
But we've had it 2.5 years. Unfortunately, we got it, spent a few months doing it up, and then COVID hit, so it's only done UK travel at the moment. But
it's
eventually,
giving you time to do it up.
well, and get used to it. So,
And get used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're fairly unique, but they're fantastic. We've had it 2.5 years, and we laugh every time we're in it, other than
that's
fuel
amazing.
stations. So, so yeah, it's a great thing. It's very nice to be in. It's so far been robust and reliable, and a joy to own and drive. So yeah, small shower and toilet, and and then kitchen, which we've got to finish the kitchen bit. But it's small windows because it was out in Africa a fair bit before we had it, and I think from a security and a heat point of view. So one of the projects for us next is to get bigger windows, so when you're sitting in here, you can actually see out.
They are quite small windows, aren't they?
Yeah.
So then plans?
I think in an ideal world, we'd both love to take it to Southern Africa. We've both spent a lot of time. I've travelled extensively.
You've obviously
around
got a
Africa.
heart for Africa then.
Yeah, and it's a perfect vehicle. So it was sort of, the original plan was just to drive, we were looking at sprinters and transits or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was, the original plan was, I've done lots of motorbike travel and seen lots, and Maria's seen Asia and Africa, but never Europe. So we said, well, we'll get a camper van to do Europe. And then we ended up with this, and that kind of dictates some of the places. There's no point driving this across the Autobahn in Germany and trying to do as many countries in Europe as you can.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of car. So obviously Scandinavia would be high on the list. Morocco is always my sort of first point. It's the nearest faraway place you can go.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I've done quite a few bike tours in Morocco, and it's just, and this would be perfect.
Wow.
As a place to test everything and find out. And then if you're in Africa, then you kind of got to keep going. So, so we don't know. Ideally, Southern Africa would be the dream place to take it, because it
scream safaris.
Yeah.
You can imagine just sitting on the roof
in South Luangwa.
Sundowners, you know.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of friends out
And
there.
you've got to be pretty lion-proof in here as well.
Yeah,
haven't you?
well, you hope.
Cheetahs and...
Definitely rhino, because they can't go up the steps.
Yeah, they're like Daleks, rhinos. You can't, they can't climb steps. So baboons, a different thing. So
Yeah.
I don't have baboon trouble.
Perhaps that's why the windows are so small.
Could well be. Yeah.
Lovelies, this is my friend Ben, and he's just shared his beautiful drone footage from the festival with me, and he was just telling me about a bicycle adventure.
Yeah, sure. So a couple of years ago I was going to a Horizons Unlimited meeting, which was in Italy. It was the first one they'd done, and I really wanted to go. So at the time I didn't really have a suitable bike to take.
As in motorbike?
Motorbike, yeah.
Right.
So I dragged my old mountain bike out of the out of the conservatory. I cleaned it up, bought some panniers for it, stuck my tent and all my camping gear on the back, and cycled from Dover down to Italy.
To Italy.
Yeah.
How long did that take
It
you?
was 12 days, mostly cycling about 10 hours a day.
Wow.
And I had all my camping gear, but not once did I camp, just because it was I needed a shower and I needed a decent bed every night. So
So hotel, B&Bs, that kind of
yeah,
thing?
mainly B&Bs, all done through booking.com sort of thing.
Amazing.
It was a very good trip.
And you were on your own, or?
I was on my own because I do most of my stuff on my own. Tough part getting over the French Alps. It was pretty
You cycled
tough.
over the French Alps.
Well, kind of walked over them really.
And a BMX, did you say?
It was a mountain bike,
sorry,
but
mountain
not
bike.
really particularly good one.
Wow.
And it was very old and very heavily loaded. But yeah, it was
That's
fantastic
amazing.
fun. It was fantastic.
Did you do much
fun.
road?
Well, over the mountains, yes.
So that was road.
Mm.
Because mountain bikes on roads?
Not good.
Not good,
No,
okay. Sticky
no.
tyres.
Yeah, well, I changed the tyres for kind
Okay.
of a hybrid tyre,
Oh,
so I
okay.
could do track and road, and hopefully reduce the rolling resistance. But blimey,
That's
it didn't make a
amazing.
huge difference. It was,
And that's so you didn't own a motorbike at that point?
I did have one, but I didn't think it was It didn't have the character I wanted to take it all that way. It was a nice bike,
Okay.
but and the other bike that I had was at that time being rebuilt because I'd blown it up on the way to Morocco.
There's another story.
Yeah.
Tell us about that trip.
Okay, so I wanted to do the Sahara, and I had a 2-day. The idea was I'd ride down to Morocco, go quite a long way south, then turn left across the Sahara for 2 days. And the idea being that at some point on that 2-day trip, I would intercept a very long road that runs across the Sahara. So I couldn't go wrong. I just had to keep going until I got to the road, then turn left, and I'd head back to civilization.
Sounds so easy.
It was so easy. And then I got to southern Spain. I was about 3 miles away from the ferry when the bike just died. I was at that time, I was 7 miles from the hotel. So I thought, well, that's fine. Someone will turn up and help me, because that always happens. Every adventurer you ever speak to, people just pop up and help. So having pushed it 7 miles, I arrived at the hotel. No one there to help me. And I stripped the bike down, but it was beyond repair. So I spent kind of 10 days in this hotel, trying to get the bike repaired, trying to buy another bike, trying to buy a Spanish car, and none of these things are possible unless you have a house in Spain, which obviously I don't. And if you want to do it any other way, you go through solicitors, but it's all very long-winded. So in the end, I found a guy selling an English plated car. So I went to see him. I bought an English plated Volkswagen Polo. I jumped in that. I drove that to the Sahara Desert. I got it into the sand. I only got about 3 miles before it got stuck. I managed to dig it out, drive it back. And then when I got back to Spain, I stripped the motorbike down, put it in the boot of the car and drove it back to England.
That's bonkers. I love it.
Yeah.
And you've got a big trip coming up next year?
Well, hopefully next year, yes. Myself and Mike are headed to Mongolia, hopefully.
Insane.
On bikes. Probably 6 to 8 month trip.
Wow.
Yeah, all wild camping, hopefully. And yeah, just meeting the best people, hopefully.
Amazing. Do you know how many? He was giving me a list yesterday of all the countries you're going through.
Yeah.
Can you remember how many?
So let's have a look at it. We're going to start off, obviously, in UK, France, Belgium, Germany. Then we're going to go through Czechoslovakia, down through Romania, Bulgaria, into Turkey, Azerbaijan, Armenia. Then we're going to get the ferry across to, could be Tajikistan, no, not one of the stands anyway, into Uzbekistan, down to Tajikistan, back into Turkmenistan, then up through to Russia, a little short jaunt through Russia into Mongolia, then loop around Mongolia for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and then back across Russia, and then back through Europe.
Holy
Home.
cow. Ben, you're a diamond.
No
Thank you for
worries.
sharing your adventures with us.
No problem whatsoever.
eyes of the lover's woman, like a passion in his garden. It's making music playing by the ocean. This for you, I wish for you, wherever you go, whatever you do.
Good morning. This is the last day of the Armchair Adventure Festival and I'm a bit gutted it's over actually. I don't want to go home. I have met some incredible people this weekend. I did have one too many mojitos last night, so I'm feeling a little bit but it's the first time I've drunk probably this year actually. But anyway, I'm necking the water and the kettle is on, so it's all good. And in other news, this morning I woke up and there was no fog. It's a beautiful sunny morning. I'm going to put my Dave the sidecar dog. That's a huge sticker. And let's put you up there, Dave. Alright. Up. And there. Oh, my first sticker on my map. How cool. Talking of maps, let me show you where we are at the moment. So this line up here is the border between Cornwall and Devon, and we come right down here and we are here. So we're at Mount Edgecombe and we're looking out over the town of Torpoint, which is Cornwall side, but also obviously the town of Devon. That's where all the lights are at night. It's so pretty. Really interesting little corner of Cornwall. And just found another sticker that we got on maybe Thursday night or Friday night, I can't remember, the Cabarats. They were a brilliant brand from Plymouth. We really enjoyed them. There we go. Oh, look, my first 2 stickers. How cool. I've decided after this weekend, my little starting sticker collection, I'm going to get some designed and printed. Yay, that'll be fun. Us all home. The vans are now unpacked. Still got to sort the house out. Still need to get in the shower because I've got my little fluffy mate back. I was about to say she's very happy to see me, but hello? Want to say hello? Anyway, huge kudos to the guys that organised that event, especially with the whole COVID chaos and the unknown of putting on an event this year. I'll link to them below. They are the Sidecar guys and they were the 2 that were behind organising the festival. I'll also link to the event and we'll all pray to God that they've made enough money that they will repeat it next year, and if so, Johnny and I will definitely be there. If we're in the country, we will be there, and if any of you guys are planning to go next year, please let me know. It would be so cool to meet up with you guys. It would be really wicked. Just before we left the site, we had to do a little bit of emergency SOS help to our fellow neighbours. So Johnny very kindly jump started some guy's car or Jeep because it wouldn't start. And our lovely neighbour Charlotte, who was doing the photography at the event, her fuel gauge was on the red. And then for everybody that's certainly in England, if not the UK at the moment, the great British people have been absolute twits yet again, and they've been panic buying petrol and diesel. Now the rest of us are all a bit stumped, not me. I have a full tank of fuel, I'm all right. But our good friend Charlotte that we met at the event has to travel all the way back from Cornwall to Kent. Her tank was empty, so I gave her my little, I don't even know how many litres is it 5 litres? Just a little plastic jerry can of diesel that I keep in my boot. I gave her that. Hopefully she can fill up down here in Cornwall, because her husband was saying that all the petrol stations up their end of the country over in the southeast are all empty. So yeah, well played, British people. Stop freaking panic buying. Just be sensible humans and keep your tank above half. It's not difficult. Anyway, with that rant out of the way, beautiful people, I'm going to catch up with you all next week. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, please whack the thumbs up for me. And if you ding that bell, you'll get notified each time I load my latest video. And that cat, honestly, meow, 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 meow. Yes, sassy, mummy's home. Love you all. Have a good week. Catch up with you next Friday. Peace.